This project originated 40 years ago, almost to today, as I'm sitting here, where as a young white 24-year-old in South Africa, I started figuring out that the system of legislated racism in which I'd grown up wasn't so cool. In an important time in our history, as a young kid, I intuited that there was something that I could do, contribute to the growing chaos in our country. I just started a journey with the goal of building a hymn book, a catalog of songs that were real, that dealt with real things, that juxtaposed the integrity of the kingdom of God and the injustices and the inconveniences and the sadness and the pain of our world, and put them together much in the way that the Psalms do in the Bible. They're very real.
It wasn't until meeting Malcolm in a hallway in the Capitol that I ever heard another Christian talk about Isaiah. The promise of new life isn't when we die, it's now. But we have to be a part of setting those things straight. And then after conversations of understanding that Common Hymnal, again, Mal said, it's a hymn book. As I understood that, I understood that I can be multifaceted and not have to explain it. That I can be a worship leader and a rapper and all these things at the same time, and not have to code switch between the organizations and the places I'm in front of because I am a Black man and raising Black children.
Love to come our way when we come together. It's such a, it's just communicating, but through the pictures. You know what I mean? And which is, that's the thing. Nature, you gotta study it to understand it. You just around it, it's just there. You gotta respect it and observe it. So, man, that thing is, whoo, yeah, that's some heat. We got us. You're the enduring God.
My family like this? Help me, God! I love it.
The goal of Common Hymnal is not primarily profitability. Like, the profit that we're turning is a profit in people and investment and in relationship and in conscious spirituality that doesn't utilize spiritual language to make capitalistic decisions. That's why sometimes we hold songs back. That's why sometimes a song that we know is an amazing song and could work at a certain time won't come out because we don't think it's, the consciousness of what we do says, not that one, not right now. We'll hold off on that. We'll put it back in the vault for the time being, and we'll bring it out in the time that it's necessary so that it does more than just get a good spot on a playlist. It's going to reach the people that we're trying to reach. We're creating for an industry that doesn't exist right now, but we're building it.
I think Common Hymnal, from an origin standpoint, is a response to what we see in our country, in our churches, in the world. The way people interact with faith, the way people interact with life, how they survive at the margins. It has just been a compelling narrative for us as artists and how we survive.
The songs that we make and we create and write and the sounds that come out of Common Hymnal are not the average music that plays on the radio. Every project that I've heard from Common Hymnal feels like it's a never-ending book. And literally, we're called Common Hymnal because hymns are songs that go and come about in every season of life. Like Phil said, when we release certain songs, it's based on what's happening in the world. So we wouldn't release a song about Black joy if Black people right now are not really feeling joyful. However, that may be something that needs to go later in that moment to create that Black joy or remind them of that. So just being conscious of what's necessary and happening in the world and thinking about how can we remind people of the goodness of God, or that He is a God of color, or that He is a God that's powerful, or that He's a God that's in need of, that's on time or in time.
I want to say thanks to everybody for just showing up the way you've showed up. When we're talking about the histories, we only have what we had tonight because of the 25 years, because of all this time is common. We're able to do this because we're not just faking, we're just forcing, we're not manufacturing something. This is an overflow of a bunch of journeys.
I met Malcolm through a mutual friend in a time that I was asking a lot of questions in my own head, that I was starting to grapple with the Christ that I knew and was reading about. The actions a lot of the people that I knew were not lining up.
The more I am involved with this project and the people in it, the wider the table is that I see being made before me. I'm almost forced just by humility and proximity to catch up with God and realize that everything belongs.
I think Common Hymnal became a space not only in its like songs for me to find respite in, but also communally. I met some people there that shared questions and didn't judge me for the questions that I might have.
The difference between a common hymnal space and like your pretty regular average creative space is that common hymnal is a lot of learning ground. You get to hear real life stories, and it's a huge part of the culture of common hymnal. And there has to be a humility in your songwriting in order to write authentically from that place. This was the first place where I felt not only challenged spiritually, but like every aspect of my life, where I was allowed to ask the questions I never really got a chance to ask. And not only did I not get to ask the questions, when I did ask the questions, I was asked to leave. So it made me feel like I didn't have somewhere to belong.
Well, I'm a pastor's kid, so kind of grew up feeling like I need to go to church, but at the time, I was feeling like I don't want to go to church because I'm just having this dissonance around what the church says they're about and how they're actually living. And so I just wanted to be around something that felt real, that was real. And so to hear that there was a group of people discussing these things and also writing songs about these things was, yeah, it was kind of surreal to me.
And I think when we talk about worship, you know, obviously I think the first thing we think is songs. Yes. But worship, when in the context of a lifestyle, the act of worship is even in that.
Let's get the expert in that knows this, the expert in that does this, the expert in that can help us grow the church, the expert in that can help us do these things. I think the conclusion that I've come to is that, we don't actually value learning, we value knowing, because we don't want to learn.
We might be averse to learning because we're a colonial culture. We still have a colonial common sense. And colonizers don't have anything to learn. As far as they're concerned.
We need your stories, your sounds, and not being afraid to use those sounds and stories without feeling like I'm not going to make it to heaven, because the idea is like you have to come as close to the American sound in order to be a heaven sound, and that's not true. That's not true.
There's a difference between sitting in sorrow and lament. Because lament grows joy, lament grows gratitude, lament grows strength, so you continue to fight.
We got here somehow.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm allergic to gluten.
The honesty that comes with the folks, my brothers, my sisters who I'm learning with, writing with, there's just a beauty to wanting to be a part of that.
We are brothers and sisters that have the same goal. And not just the same goal, but the same spirit for the work that we're doing.
It's been my absolute joy to embrace who I am here under the faith context and also under the social justice context and creatively.
My favorite classrooms are conversations. And I think the conversations that Common Hymnal is choosing to have profoundly impacted the way that I see myself, see my friends, see the world around me.
I was looking to be a team player more so than like a solo individual trying to make everything happen. It met me at a time when I was looking for exactly that.
Common Hymnal held space for where I was, to, in a safe space, realize what I was holding, which was good, and what I might have needed to let go.
I'm a part of a community, and not just a community, but a whole ecosystem of people that I can tug on for any and everything.
Everything I feel like I couldn't really say growing up because it would ruffle feathers. Here, there's a space for me.
I found a space where I can like come and fully be who I am and be loved and accepted for that. That changes a person when they have that, I think.
I'm asking you to get all this wrong.